I think that the industry may be inaccessible, but fashion in itself is one of our most accessible forms of art. Everyone wears clothes. My name is Dr. Gabrielle Gibson, and I am a creator who loves to create. I grew up in West African culture. When it came to how my body played a role in this, it wasn't something to adorn. I was often conditioned to think that it was a barrier to overcome. If I would just reduce, I would be so beautiful. I didn't feel that there was something wrong with me inherently, but I had learned that other people decided something was wrong with me and that I needed to adopt that inferiority. So it felt like the practice of loving myself through fashion and through embracing my body was resistance. Once you engage with owning your story, you live in poetry, you love in poetry, you speak in poetry, you dress in poetry. For me, dressing in poetry is dressing in a way it sings back to myself. When I put on an outfit that doesn't shrink me, I feel the same way I feel when I hear a line of poetry for the first time that makes me feel seen. I move differently through the world when I'm dressed in a way that isn't hiding me. I walk differently, I embrace people differently, and I feel like that's dressing in poetry. And I think it's so important to give space for us to tell the stories of our own humanity in every medium possible. And fashion is one of the first ways that we do that. And to tell a population of people that they don't deserve to tell a story, or imagine giving a population of people only half the alphabet and expecting them to write a poem. It would be inhumane, it wouldn't make sense, but that's what we do when we restrict the creativity and the expression of fat, larger sized body people. We are telling them that they're not allowed to tell their story. And we love to make it seem like, oh, well, clothes are just clothes. They're always more than clothes. So every time we put on a garment, style a garment, you are telling a story. The more grace I gave myself, I found that I was more gracious to others. The more that I could identify where there were blockages within myself, I could be gentle with others. So I'm like, I know that. I hear that insecurity, or I hear that fear, I hear that perfectionism. Once I realized that like our journeys in many ways, they look different, but they're actually really similar. And I feel like I love better. My well of love has expanded abundantly because it's expanded for myself.